But the first and second dose are different because the first dose prevents virus and the second dose prevents you from the variants. So they say that they are out. So I don't know. Alright?
Hold on. So that 50,000 doses
I guess
is just 50,000 first doses. What madness is that? So when we supposed to... Okay, so...
Call Shanika.
Wait now. I went back on the Facebook page, SVG Health. Good morning, guys, on the live. All right, welcome to shoot up your comments. So, 50,000 Sputnik doses got in here. The understanding is that that's for 25,000 people, right?
That's what we thought.
Right, I thought it was for 25,000 people.
First and second.
Right, first and second doses. The first and second doses of the Sputnik are different. So it's not like you're getting 2 shots of the same thing.
No.
Right, it's not that. July 15th was when they made a post to say that you can get your Sputnik vaccine X, Y, and Z. 3 weeks has passed, which means persons should be able to go back and get their second doses.
Right.
The time between your first and second dose is 21 days. So what is the problem?
Right.
All those 50 doses, all those 50,000 doses is first dose only?
First dose only. But what happens in the case where, okay, you have 3 weeks after taking the first dose to get the second dose? What happens then? We just sit and wait, play with our thumbs until...
Something is going on. Something is really crazy.
We'll call... Good morning. Get off your chest on a Wednesday.
Good morning, brother.
Morning. You love Wednesdays, boy. You love Wednesdays, I know.
Because why? And let me say this, I was on town yesterday, I did a little survey for other radio stations, and the fella said, I know Fuji's get a little hard time, but Christal is treat you a little better, but one of the things with you, they are very happy about is that you're allowing me, then should know my number. You allow me to speak because we
don't check numbers, we just take calls. We don't have time to check numbers.
But I'm only saying, hey, in terms of the vaccines, I'm not surprised because the People's Vaccine Alliance did do an assessment. These are 28 countries. They did an assessment on the vaccines. They made a definite pronouncement. Mr. Biden should have this. And they're saying within the next 9 to 12 years, we are going to have a serious problems with the vaccine. One, they're literally going to run out because these vaccines, Fuji, you have to understand, they expire very quickly. And secondly, there is a very serious situation with the variants. And the variants are literally now. And I don't know if we've been keeping in touch. We are actually now in a situation where these variants have now overtaken, I don't think they could keep up with it. So these variants are just spreading like hot fire. You have the Alpha, the Delta, the Beta, you have the Gamma, you have another one, the Lambda, the Beta. There's a new one, the one B1621, this is from Colombia, is in Florida. And the Delta has now gone to Delta Plus. There's about 8 different mutations already, and I want to say that they are, for most of these variants, they're literally now, devastation to young children. Devastation. They're penetrating the vaccines. Let me just say this. I mean, when you listen to for example, the Prime Minister from and I'm not anti-vaccine because I believe in vaccine. The Prime Minister is saying, oh God, I spent so much millions. But look at what happened to me. 2,000 of my school children got infected. 1,000 of them fully vaccinated. But this part is what touched me, Fuji, is that he said 60% from contact tracing of the parents are fully vaccinated at their parents. And they are in serious condition. Because you remember, people are saying, no, when you take a vaccine. I am saying, Fuji, what I've been saying from day one, whether you want to say I'm repeating myself, this is what most people in town are saying. The mask is the most effective weapon. And you don't have to worry about no clot or no Sputnik V that is not authorized. It is something that me and my wife been using. I beg my son. These young people sometimes they get a little careless.
Use the mask.
I am only saying use the mask because what I'm saying now, what CDC is saying, the variant, the Delta, is now as contagious,
more transmissible,
as the chicken pox. And what is happening? We are seeing. You know what to cut a long story short so the other man could understand, what the virus is doing, the virus wants to live like how you could live 100 years, they want to live forever and ever. And so what they're doing is mutating so that they can cling easy to the ACE2 receptor and also repel the antibodies, even those of the body produced naturally or those produced. And they're literally
they're getting stronger and smarter.
Yes, when we look at what has happened, Fuji, I spoke about what happened in Anguilla. Anguilla, 113 cases. They stayed there. They actually zero rate there. There's no infection rate. No infections in Anguilla. But my daughter said, Daddy, 2 ladies came in fully vaccinated. When other people came in at the port, and they were the ones who carried us from 2009 to 2011. I'm not sure what is the other 2 cases that carried them to 2011, but what I'm saying, it is important that whether you're anti-vax or you don't like vax or whatsoever, and you're vaccinated, it is important we keep that social distance.
How many of the 2009 or 2011 are unvaccinated or were unvaccinated?
2000 what? Oh,
how many of them?
In Anguilla? It's about 10% of most of the.
No. Those who tested positive, how many of them are unvaccinated? Because I see, like you held on to the 2 who are vaccinated, but they tested positive. I see you held on to that. So I'm asking you, switching it wrong pan,
Yes.
You understand how many of the 2009, 2011 are
let me say this to you. While you're asking me that, I am saying clearly.
Yeah, how the answer that
No, don't make me sound like if I'm against the
No, I'm asking you.
I don't know, but what I want to make
you sound like what you already sound like,
my
Mr.
brother,
Hamilton.
when you take a vaccine, it is harder. You develop with that part of it is working. You develop an immune system, so obviously it's quicker than anything else. Because remember, the purpose of the vaccine is to make sure the antibodies are ready. That part is clear, and I want to say to you clearly. We saw, it working fairly okay. It worked fairly okay with the older strain, but now the variants come in. We are seeing it, but vaccines are important. I took the vaccines. My daughter, the other
you took the COVID-19 vaccine?
No, other vaccines, no.
Why?
And
why?
Because
don't answer. Don't just go ahead.
Fundamentally, because I remember when my wife went to give my daughter when they're young, you have to give them the first dose. She asked doctor said they're proven to be safe. Some of these vaccines, Fuji, took 5 to 7 years in just to make sure they bring them out because
you took the doctor's word for it back then.
Because obviously even at that time they were tried and tested. Everybody know that when you take you're not going to get any kind of serious
I thought that you were going to share on the Marburg this morning because I know you're always on top of these things. You heard about the Marburg?
Whether factual or not.
Well, let me say this to you, Fuji. Listen to me carefully.
Yes or no?
Listen
the
to me
Ebola type virus.
No, I'm not an insect. I can only know what I research.
Okay, so the answer is no.
I do not come on a radio and give any information unless I could research it.
Hamo, wait now, man. I ain't trying to throw you under the bus or anything. I was just saying.
No, I don't know. I haven't had much information on it. But I've
obviously, I'm just saying. I thought, the news broke that the Marburg is back. And it's wreaking havoc across West Africa.
Yes.
Right? Already. Right? Well, they had the first case actually, and it is a highly infectious disease. It's kind of like Ebola.
Could I ask you one question? How would we be threatened here?
Well, we could never be certain. We
must prepare ourselves.
Right? Okay, so maybe you could go check it out because I only ask because I know that you're always on top of these things.
Could I ask you next week that I beg you please do a little outlook on the Grenadines. There is one of the most productive, but in terms of GDP. And let me do a little what is really happening with the people in the Grenadines, the businesses, the fishing industry. I've been speaking, and let me see if we can invite 1 or 2 persons from the Grenadines. My brother, they mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to us. They are very much part of what help our country to go forward. And I could tell you, based on my own research, trust me, it's really devastating what is happening in these islands. And let me talk about them. Yes, God bless you, and thank you very much for the respect of you.
But check out the Marburg, though. Check out the Marburg. All right. Righto. Get it off your chest on a Wednesday morning. Hamo loves Wednesdays. Yeah. Okay, so the Marburg is a virus that was first detected in actually they got the name because it was first detected in the city of Marburg, Germany. back in 1967. All right. So it says that Guinea health officials have confirmed West Africa's first case of Marburg, a highly infectious disease in the same family as the virus that causes Ebola. I'm just sharing it with you. I'm not saying that we should become worried about it reaching here and all of that. Probably it will. Probably not.
Probably not.
Just sharing.
Ebola never got here, right?
Right? No. Right?
Praise God.
The WHO said the virus needed to be stopped in its tracks. Marburg virus disease is transmitted to people from fruit bats and spreads between humans through the transmission of bodily fluids. Cases are extremely rare, with the last major outbreak taking place back in 2005 in Angola. All right, it is a severe, and it says often fatal illness with symptoms including headache, fever, muscle pains, vomiting, blood, and bleeding. There are no treatment as yet in existence for Marburg. But what doctors are saying is that drinking plenty of water and treating specific symptoms would improve your chances of survival. Just putting it out there, not to worry anybody. All right, just putting it out there for the sake of knowledge. All right, that something kind of like first cousin to Ebola. It's called the Marburg virus. Yeah, so it's out there. All right, let's take one. We got Flo coming in just a little bit. Good morning. Get it off your chest on a Wednesday.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, I listened to Mr. Hamilton's presentation a while ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I often listen to, most often time, extreme, really, because of the variant views, right? And I believe when somebody calls a radio station, he or she is trying to impress on the listening audience some sort of information. Mr. Hamilton presents himself as the guru of research, right? But I just listened to his presentation, and I'm no better if I should use him, if I should try to take the vaccine, or if I should just say so.
Did you listen objectively?
If I listen objectively?
Yeah, that would determine what you took away from what he had to say.
Oh, so you're suggesting that most people don't listen from an objective standpoint. Well, I listen objectively, Fuji, because there's just he comes over as so he says he's not anti-vaccine, and he insists to us that the 100% solution is to wear your mask, right?
The most effective
solution.
Always. Mm-hmm. That's his campaign.
Right. So we agree with that, right? So when these scientists decide to develop the vaccine, I wonder what was their purpose. Is just to develop a vaccine See, Mr. Hamilton is saying that the reason why he is not anti-vax, because he took vaccine in the past. But if you take vaccine before you're 18, you have no control over that because the state has to provide relevant vaccine to protect you going to the school and stuff, right? And in his days, when mommy say and daddy say do something, you have to do it and you get locked out the house. You have to do it. You understand? But I am still confused. What is normally his agenda? Is it to say that we must use masks only, or he's still hooked up on the time factor that they took to develop this particular vaccine? And they have several vaccines.
A combination of both.
Oh, it's a combination of both. So
Probably.
Oh, but this is where the objective listenership comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And you still come back and train probably now. So you also is confusing me, right? Because I'm really looking for information because I hear this one.
So you're going to take up all of your time to go off on the lack of information that Hamilton shared. Way to go, Kingsley.
But I tell you something, Mr. Fuji and Christal, is that people out there who, like me, their favorite subject in school was recess, and this is sitting in the back bench, right? So they use the radio as the platform for them. They use the radio as the platform for them to get some information.
Aye.
So when we call, we must try to be as accurate as possible, and we will create an objective listener.
I like
we will put the passion and the
that goes for you too, you know.
All things you're trying to say is that he lied.
We got.
He lied. All of that to say 2 words. He lied.
Here's something, Fugitive and Christal.
Yes, please.
When I don't make my presentation, I sit back and absorb the abuse or the abuse. But one thing I promise you though, me if you not take for that, me and call him back. I just absorb the abuse. So have a great day, me go on.
Have a good day, Kingsley.
That's the taxi boss right there.
Taxi boss.
Safe zone. Taxi boss
Mr.
right
Safe
there.
Zone.
Come on, man. Somebody else is calling. Good morning. We missed that one, no problem. Okay, so we got flow coming on the inside. In the meantime, I need to let you know this be part of the Flow Easy Summer Vibes experience today, with chances to win instantly with qualifying transactions, including bill payment, new services, sign up, prepaid, top up, and more. Step inside to find out how you too can win your share of over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Plus, get more with Flow Prepaid when you make the switch to Flow with a 5.5-inch ZTE A5 with free 20 gigs LTE data plan for $99 or the ZTE A3 for only $49. New switch customers save 50% on monthly combo plans through December 2021 when plans are auto-renewed. These offers are available while stocks last. See us in stores today. Flow, keeping you connected.
Get on up and get yourselves ready. It's the wake-up call with The Fugitive, Christal, and DJ Jose.
When you hear summer, how does it make you feel? Well, here's something to turn up the heat. It's the Ace Sizzling Summer Sale. If tiles, household items, plumbing, or electrical items